Number 1. Official greetings and rules for the mystery stew. Speaker, Club President Sayuri Sumikawa. Alright. Greetings, everyone. I would like to thank you all for gathering here on this stormy night. This is the St. Mary's Academy for Girls Literature Club's last regular meeting of the semester. As president of our club, I, Sayuri Sumikawa, would like to begin with some opening remarks. Please feel free to sip on the welcome drinks I've just handed out as you listen. Our club is small, with less than 10 members to its name, but it looks like everyone's present tonight, while it may be too dark to make out your faces. I can still see that each chair is filled. Despite the circumstances, thank you all for coming. If this is your first time at the Mystery Stew, some of you may be confused as to why the literary salon is so dark today. Or perhaps some of you have already heard bits and pieces about this from the older members and were excited to come here today. When it's dark, you can't see what you usually can, and it almost feels like you are in another world. We gather around this oval black marble table. Normally, the black crystal baccarat chandelier would be shining above us, but today that light has been dimmed to its lowest setting. I'll turn it off completely when our meeting begins. Then, the only light left will be this candle I hold in my hands. Hope I can get this right. Our literary salon is on the first floor of the annex, and is exclusive to us. It has lavender-colored carpets and wallpaper, and French windows decorated with flowing black velvet curtains. There is an antique cabinet with clawed feet, and a gobelin woven sofa. This annex is a remodeled Gothic-style convent that was originally connected to the main school building, so our sophisticated decor connected to the main school building. Sorry, I read the line again. Decor matches perfectly. Who was it that jumped for joy, saying that the salon was just an Anna Sui boutique when she was first invited here? I'm gonna sneeze. Blah blah blah. Sneeze. Oh, when you hiccup, do you hiccup or croak? It just sounds like. Sorry, wait, that sounds loud. Wait, I can't make the hiccup noise. That sounds weird. Shoot. Oh, wow, I look insane right now. I sound insane right now, huh? I was like, it's pretty high pitched. So I would say a hiccup. Or a hic. And clown horn, yeah, sure, let's go with that. Goofy Mickey, oi. Hey, where were we? Our salon doesn't just look elegant. We also have an entire wall filled with shelves of the most exceptional books. Since this is an all-girls missionary school, the academic library has countless books on Catholicism and scholastic topics, so we have deliberately collected books and documents from various genres that you wouldn't typically find elsewhere at school. Kind of like a small private library, but this library alone is a great asset to our club. Then, there are the soundproof walls and windows that silence the commotion from the courtyard and allow our members to immerse themselves in their reading and writing activities in peace. We read and discuss books together, research authors and make presentations about them, read our original stories aloud to one another, chat about literature in general, and conduct all other literary activities imaginable without interruption. We owe the creation of this unbelievably perfect salon completely thanks to the father of our former club president, Itsumi Shiraishi. 2 years before the convent was remodeled and annexed into the school, and right after Itsumi entered high school, Mr. Shiraishi made a generous donation and built this salon. It's in a lovely southeast corner on the first floor and has the best access to sunlight. Of course, you all know that Mr. Shiraishi is the school chairman, right? To me, the salon is irreplaceable. I'm sure they all feel the same way. You feel calmer here than any of the classrooms. This is where you can concentrate on books that you can't read at home, where you finish the stories that you're stuck on. In the cold seasons, we sprawl on the sofa in front of the fireplace, nursing hot chocolate and critiquing each other's stories. And in the summer, we quench our thirst with homemade lemonade, while debating literary theories. Yes, this is surely our private castle in the sky. You didn't miss anything, Retro. And both are getting smacked. The salon has a different feel with the lights dimmed a little low. Isn't it grand? Against the candle's soft flame, only the chandelier, the set of wall lights, and your silhouettes stand out, granting this room a mystical and solemn ambience. Normally, there would be a Wedgwood tea set, freshly baked scones, and sweet-smelling jams resting on this table. But tonight, all of those things have been put away. Did you notice something on the marble table that doesn't quite fit in? That's right, a pot. A shiny amber-colored copper pot. It's from Malviel, the French brand, you know? We have a first-year student, an international student with us today, so I'd like to give a more detailed explanation about the proceedings. Tonight, we are having a so-called mystery stew. Indeed, as you might have expected, we will put strange things into a pot and then eat them in total darkness. Many girls, especially the girls at our school, may not be familiar with this kind of thing. Nevertheless, it is a literature club tradition to meet around the mystery stew once every term, before vacation. What? How did these mystery stew meetings start? Well, our club has a long history, so there are numerous theories as to the stew's origins. One is that some club members tried it for fun, and it just kind of stuck. And another is that the members were tired of only eating luxury foods and were curious to try something. Try something grotesque. But the one that has me most convinced, the one that I believe, is that they did it to sharpen their senses. Oh, I feel like I'm about Wedgwood. That's what I thought, Wedgwood. Yeah, that's what I want to say, but it seems so weird. I don't know, I feel like I'm about saying, is that so? I don't remember anything about study, to be honest. Hopefully don't ever say that again. My favorite tea set, oh my gosh. I just eating in the dark? Yeah, just having mystery hot pot, I think. Is that an actual tea set? Probably. Hey OG, hope you're doing well. I'll probably be reading much slower than like the other books that I read. Simply because it's like a mystery and it's probably like more chilled in a sense. Like it's more methodical in its writing, I think, if that makes sense. It's more like it's more intent behind every word because it's a mystery novel. I hope that makes sense. Forbidden Soup. Hello. Hope you're doing well. We're just reading a light novel called The Dark Maidens. We just started. We're only on page 14. Well, the third page. We're only on the third page because or fourth page. No, we're only on the fourth page because it doesn't count like the table of contents, copyright stuff, and all that other stuff. But hey, I hope we're doing well. Alright. Don't you feel your 5 senses growing stronger in the dark? Take away the everyday light that surrounds you. Try resuming your normal activities, and you'll find that even the most ordinary of movements feel unusual. Do not rely on sight alone, an extremely important concept for aspiring literati. Don't you think? That's why I like this theory best. Take the cocktail you are drinking right now, for example. Don't you feel strange drinking it in the dark? Is the cocktail red or is it blue? Is there something floating in it? Is it sweet or is it bitter? Is it thick or is it smooth? It takes a lot of courage to put something in your mouth when you don't know what it is, doesn't it? But do not fret. The rules say that our cocktails must only contain ingredients fit for drinking. I mean, this is a meeting just for girls after all. We want something tasty to drink, but if this were the pot with the mystery items in it, wouldn't you be terrified to bring it to your mouth? How will your sense of smell, taste, sound, and touch react when you've lost your sense of sight? Refine, betray, and release your 5 senses. This is what I understand to be the goal of our meeting tonight. Oh, that's unfortunate. She good luck though. And that's what you sure. Ooh, Fuji. Wouldn't this be a pop bad luck, maybe? I don't do those redeem as I read, because people can potentially spam it. I mean, I could make it a cooldown, but I find it unnecessary. I do drink though. Hopefully that's exactly what's happening. Now, I will explain the rules of the mystery stew. First of all, everyone has brought an item of their choice, correct? Usually the rules only allow for edible things, but we will also be accepting inedible items tonight. This is what makes our mystery stew unique. But unsanitary items like shoes or bugs are strictly forbidden. Everyone should remember this is a girls' meeting after all. So before I read the next sentence, because I'll be flipping the page, you all can just like see this illustration. Nothing much. You know? Drinks, just the pot. That's gonna be the mystery stew apparently. Why is there ice in a cooler? Oh, did I mention that? Or did I gloss through it? Oh wait, you're just talking about something. Can you move her bangs back? I feel like she'd have a nerve. What the heck? You mean trying the wrong word? Yeah, I do. Because I miss a lot. All mystery stews have similar rules, but the most ironclad one is the no spoilers rule. You have put your items in an opaque container and into the refrigerator in the kitchen, correct? I, the pot bearer, am the only one who can add things to the mystery stew. Let us dine on whatever comes out of the pot with our hearts racing in anticipation. On to the next rule. You must finish your plate before taking your next serving. It is everyone's responsibility to eat until the pot has been totally emptied. Which mystery stew was it? The one with the terrible strawberry rice cake that really taught us a lesson? It was unbearably sweet from beginning to end. The moment the rice cake was thrown into the pot, the red bean paste inside became gooey and melted into the soup, and it was impossible to take out. Perhaps someone has brought another strawberry rice cake today. What? No matter. The rule is that anything goes, after all. Speaking of anything goes, do you remember the time there was a Chanel watch in the stew? Since it was dark, the member who had found it could only tell that it was a watch at first. And she complained that she barely got to eat anything because she couldn't clear her plate. Then, after we finished the stew and had some noodles and hot porridge and turned on the lights, we found that it was a Chanel watch, and a limited edition model at that. Everyone made quite a fuss over it. The girl, who they laughed at and pitied instantly, became the object of everyone's envy. The watch had suffered some heat damage even though it was waterproof, and apparently cost a lot to fix, but still, that's not a model you come by every day. I'd say she got it for pretty cheap, if all she had to pay were the repair fees. Who was a lucky girl? Ah yes, that's right. That was also Itsumi. She was ecstatic. Just a refresher, Itsumi is the previous president. And the person talking right now is Sayuri Sumikawa, which is the current president. Itsumi was the person who died last week, allegedly. I'm sorry, I didn't realize that I was talking about her again. I didn't mean to make you sad. I am truly sorry. That's right in chat. There's something about it that, something about being edible. Shoot, was it on this page? But yeah, supposedly they can put anything in it because anything goes. But there's something about it being edible. Yes, it says right here. Usually the rules only allow for edible things, but we will also be accepting inedible items tonight. So yeah, it was just a boiled watch. Or not really boiling, I suppose. Well, the next rule is, oh dear, newcomers, please don't look so afraid. There will be times when the stew tastes awful, of course. But I have properly prepared desserts to cleanse your palates at the end. Tasty drinks and desserts are a must for a girl's night, right? Have a good night, Ichiro. It is customary for the club president to make desserts for the meeting. I spent all morning baking as best as I could. Last year we had, creme brulee. I don't know if I pronounced it right. Honey flan, strawberry Bavarian cream, and this time we will have, well, please save your excitement for the end. Does anyone have you bring stuff to the soup? Usually they do, but I don't think it was explicitly mentioned. Yeah, everyone has brought an item of their choice, correct? So it's not like everyone has to, but I think it is expected that everyone does. It's not specifically mentioned. But for this occurrence, yes. But I think the person that died, that they were talking about, who had a mystery stew last week or something, or not previously. I don't know. I miss a lot of things too, Sofu. You're good. Creme? Oh, is it pronounced creme? No way. It is? Creme brulee? I see. Thank you. The strawberry rice cake may have been a failure, but the melon-flavored snow cone syrup was also a disaster. The broth got all muddy and smelled like a boiled-down perfume. And then, when we turned on the lights, we saw that it had turned our tongues green. Oh, what a horrible taste and smell it had. I shudder at the mere thought of it. I wonder if someone has brought syrup again today. I feel anxious about this at every meeting. Alright, there's one more rule. Even after the meeting ends, you can't tell anyone which items you've brought. And you can't pry and ask others about theirs. If we don't do it this way, we would discover a pattern and it wouldn't be fun. Some members have also brought wonderful things for the stew. We were most fond of the bird's nest stew. It was packed with minerals and good for our skin and felt pleasant on the tongue. The kind of things girls tend to go crazy for. It was probably the best ingredient in mystery stew history. Everyone also loved the shark fin because it had collagen in it. I don't know if that's the right way to pronounce it. Oh, I'd be delighted if someone brought us a good beauty product this year. Hopeful, Monka W. By the way, you all haven't forgotten to bring one other important item, right? Yes, the short stories. This may be a mystery stew meeting, but your short stories are the true main attraction for the night. Every meeting, we take turns reading our stories aloud, while the other members listen and dine on the stew. You all wrote your short stories, correct? Stories you only hear in the dark, stories that you feel when you lose your sense of sight and your five senses betray you. Isn't this the perfect setting? This is the real thrill of our meeting. I think this is really why these meetings have gone on for such a long time. Normally, you can choose your own topic. However, after that tragic incident, I decided to pick your topic for you. Just this once. You may have struggled to write about it in such a limited amount of time, but I like you to think of it as an important lesson in writing. That's right, the topic is the death of a former club president, Itsumi Shiraishi. Since elementary school, Itsumi was my best friend. We spent every day together. I still can't believe that she's gone. Everyone always told us that we were complete opposites. Itsumi was a go-getter, someone who couldn't rest until she'd settled everything in black and white. But I was more the type who lived a quiet life, sheltered in her shadow. I'd been sickly since birth. Don't you find that friendships between girls our age exists within two extremes? If a girl is similar to you, you either hate her or love her. If she is your opposite, you either love her or hate her. There's no middle ground. I imagine you learn how to gracefully handle these kind of things. As you become an adult, you learn that whether you are similar or different, get along or don't. These relationships provide us with the wisdom we need to survive in society. I'm, that's, this part, I imagine you learn how to gracefully handle these kind of things as you become an adult. You learn that whether you're similar or different, blah 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 blah. I mentioned this a lot, depending on my first impressions towards someone or with someone matters a lot to me. If I get the idea that they have a similar humor or similar hobbies than me, chances are I'll be very much willing to continue talking to them. But otherwise, I might be hesitant or I kind of distance myself pretty easily. And learning how to do that with grace is an interesting way to put it. Like how people can, or how say certain words and then you kind of have them read the room or kind of read or get the vibe that you're not into it right now or not into them. I'm trying to think of an example. like how you kind of want to like stop when you guys first talk, you like kind of like touch upon your likes, dislikes, hobbies, whatever, kind of like ask each other, poke around. And once you like feel like, that's not really my thing, you kind of stop right then and there and just, become more hesitant in talking about yourself and asking about them either, and you just kind of fade away. And then you just end up talking less and less, like, and then you meet the next person, you do the same thing. At least that's how my experiences are. And usually that happens a lot, because I usually don't really talk to people with an intention of befriending them. I'm not gonna lie though, if I see I'm reading manga in public, and it's like me, not like in public, like in a way, like me like at a convention or at a party, then I see them alone, chances are I'll probably talk to you actually. If it's a manga that I know. Giving me flashbacks. Oh, is that so awful? Makes sense. Yeah. Am I handling it with grace, as in like, I like the way they put it, like you handle it gracefully, because you don't just go up to them and say, hey, I don't think it's gonna work out, I'm not interested in you, I don't really want to talk to you much anymore, or I don't really plan on advancing this relationship between us. Like, no one says that. No one says like, huh, I'm not really vibing with you. They just do it in a way that's very very covert, very subconscious, even. Very not obvious, as in they just suddenly, like, they don't initialize any conversations anymore. They don't initiate any conversations anymore. They don't ask you questions. They don't talk about themselves as much anymore. They just slowly they like slowly and gradually just stop talking to you. I can think of something. Yeah, so yeah, that's why I like how they phrased it. But of course, they're talking in a different context. I think they're talking in a context where it's like, okay, I don't find this relatable at all. I personally don't think it's true. But like, like in like movies, there's like they like in like the school movies, or like in like manga and anime, like that's school life related. They would talk about like social hierarchies in high school. How they're like the jocks, giga chads, hype beasts, cheerleaders, and there's like the nerds, and then the loners and whatever. I don't think people think that way, IRL. Well, maybe they do, or most people. But I don't think people care too much. From my high school, at least, it was just anything goes. And the reason why those stand out and they hang out together like that is because just people with similar interests just hang out together. But I think yeah, that's not relatable. But I think they're talking about more so that, or making connections. I agree that there are friend groups, like cliques and like actual groups of friends, but I don't think there's like a social hierarchy. Like, but there's also another thing, like those films and novels and books, they talk about bullying a lot too. That's why there is a social hierarchy, because the people who are above the hierarchy, well, maybe in a way bully the people under it, or are able to bully the people under, and that's turned a blind eye. I believe most bullying is invisible. So it's really hard for me to speak out on that because I never experienced it myself, so I can't say anything. And it may have very well happened, but I've just never seen it. I see soulful. Okay, I just went on a tangent. That's completely unrelated to the book, by the way. Also, Elon Musical, cheer out. Thank you for the follow. I have alerts turned off. Sorry. I hope we're having a great morning, afternoon, evening, or night wherever you are on this planet. I have my alerts turned off for reading streams. Talking about friends? We're not talking about friends. Oh no, Fade. God dang it, Wolfu. Alright. That's kind of reading. But for our generations, this wisdom is impossible. All we care about our own selfish emotions. We have to protect our feelings more than anything else. So, do we kill? Or allow ourselves to be killed? Friendships between girls are always hanging in this balance, life or death survival. This is simply true at an all-girls school like ours, right, ladies? All these points of no happy. I'm sorry, OG. Yeah, reading streams I'm gonna have a VTuber or PNG tuber up. They'll be up back on you can redeem Femby on Sunday. Wait, Toadfee? Wait, who is Toadfee? Mofu, do you want me to smack you? Itsumi was the best partner for me in that way. She compensated for all my weakness. We could coexist without killing each other. She signed up to volunteer with me when I said I was nervous doing it alone. Pushed me to study abroad when I felt hesitant about it, and practiced debate with me when I told her I wasn't very good at it. And in turn, I am proud to say that I was the best partner for her too. Itsumi was bad with details, so I planned club events, looked at hotels and made reservations for her, and did research on the colleges she wanted to go. Yes, we two were truly one. She often told me that she didn't know what she would do without me, and I felt the same way about her. There are a lot of things I would have never experienced without her. God damn, alright, OG. We'll get out of here. We could coexist without killing each other. That's one line. Is that what a friend is? Just being able to coexist without being without hating on each other. I'm not gonna lie, even now, and especially in the past, even now, I hate it. I sometimes, like, if I get a bad impression of someone, they live in my mind rent-free sometimes. And I overthink a lot, and I'm very sensitive. And jealousy? Is jealousy a thing? Maybe not jealousy, I don't know what I feel with them, but it's a very negative emotion, and I really despise myself for that. I probably won't talk too much about that though. yeah, whatever, soulful. It's really easy for me to get to like you and get comfortable with you. Or not comfortable with you, be chill with you. But it's also just as easy to get me to hate you. And I hate that side of me. By hating, I just mean I don't want anything to do with you, basically. Kinda like that. I get scared too easily. Alright. Really? I think it's more of a me thing. I am disgusted of myself quite frequently. Or during those times. It's not a big thing though. Is it? I don't know. Did Lovely just gatekeep that? Get wrecked? No, I just like I'm always scared because I don't wanna I don't want to speak for everyone regarding that. But I don't know. It's kind of like I wish the majority of people are good and not like that, because I can keep on striving to try to be normal. Because if this is what's normal, then I don't want to be me. I don't know, or this side of me at least. I think it was our advisor, Mr. Hojo, who had told us that we were like the sun and the moon. I was initially appalled that a Japanese language teacher like him would use such an awful cliche. But after losing Itsumi, I realized he was right. Itsumi was my sun. I cannot shine without her. She was a reason for my existence. So when I lost Itsumi, I felt like half of my body had been ripped away from me and I can't find my balance even when I walk. It's like this every day. Why did Itsumi die? I still don't know why. It's only been 1 week since her death. I really can't believe it. You're all as devastated as I am, right? It's only natural to feel this way, to think that someone as happy as Itsumi would die like that. I'm sorry for crying. What? Yes, of course I'm aware. I know there's a rumor going around that someone in our club killed Itsumi. Do I believe it, you ask? Well, was it a suicide or murder? We don't even know that much. It's true. Itsumi's death is shrouded in mystery. We all know that we weren't allowed to attend her funeral and that none of her family would tell us what happened, right? Itsumi's father, mother, and younger brother, Kazuki, wouldn't say a thing. I still have dreams about it. I see Itsumi lying face down, covered in blood. We were all there to see the body. Why did she die on school grounds? Why had she fallen into a flower bed on the lower terrace? And why was she holding that when she died? What was she trying to tell us? This is all I've been thinking about every day for the past week, which is why I like to commemorate her tonight in her beloved Salon with all the literature club members in attendance. I may be your host for the night, but the true star of the show is none other than our dearly departed friend, Itsumi Shiraishi. I often consider canceling tonight's meeting until I remembered what a pivotal role our club played in her high school career. You could even say that this is where she spent all of her adolescence. She used to come here every day after school to read and passionately discuss various works in her earnest attempt to become a writer and literary critic. Her father was so taken by her passion that he gave her this salon. I thought it would be much better for us to mourn together as a club rather than separately and alone. It's a very literature club way to show our respects, don't you think? You all came here because you agree with me and don't think this is improper, right? I think Itsumi is happy about this. I would know. Hold on, normal? Oi. Hey, Thalia, hope you're doing well. Alright. But no matter what it takes, I need to find out what was going on. What on earth happened? I ask you all to write about this incident from your own points of view so that we can find the answer. Short stories about Itsumi's death? Short stories dedicated to Itsumi? I wanted you to remember everything you can about that unfortunate incident and write it down, and then read it aloud to everyone in our club. We are bound to learn the truth about her death, which has sublimated into your writing. Why did Itsumi have to die, and did one of you really murder her? What terrible thunder, the sound of the rain is growing louder, and yet isn't a summer storm fitting for the evening? Well then, it's about time to begin. I'm going to turn off the chandelier. Is everyone ready? Once the lights are out, I'll only rely on candlelight to guide me. as I start to add things on the stew. Then, I'll have you take turns reading aloud. I'd create a space next to a sofa and arrange a candlestick near the fireplace. Please read your stories in that space. Now, let the St. Mary's Academy for Girls Leisure Club 61st meeting and Mystery Stew reading begin.